I stand in the driveway of my parents' house, staring at the Christmas wreath on the front door. My hand trembles as I reach for my briefcase handle. Inside sits an envelope that will change everything. Before we continue, we ask you to hit the hype button, subscribe, and like the video to help the channel grow. Tell us which city you are from in the comments. We would like to get to know our audience better. I'm Finn Harper, 35 years old, senior financial analyst at Whitmore & Associates. I've spent 12 years building a career most people only dream about. And for what? So my family could plot to take it all away. The front door opens. My mother, Isla, stands there with her practiced smile. Finn, you're early? Traffic was light. The living room sparkles with decorations. Daniel descends the stairs, wearing an expensive sweater he didn't pay for. Little brother? He claps my shoulder hard. I'm 3 years older than him. My father appears next, gray hair perfectly combed. Finn. A nod. No warmth. We move to the dining room, 4 places set. Daniel sits across from me. So Finn, Daniel begins, still working those crazy hours? The hours are necessary. Right. Must be exhausting. For what exactly? I take a sip of water, expression neutral. I've known for 3 months what's coming. Late September, I'd stopped by with documents. The door was unlocked. I found them in the study. Daniel, my father, my mother, huddled around the desk. We need to move before he figures it out, Daniel had said. He won't. Finn's too trusting. He's had every advantage. Daniel deserves this. I'd frozen in the hallway. They continued discussing my finances, the house I'd been arranging to purchase for them, a property where they could all live comfortably. 2 years of planning, saving, and they were scheming to take it. I'd left silently and started making preparations. Finn. Daniel's voice snaps me back. Dad and I have been talking. Time we discuss this family's assets. Here it comes. My father clears his throat. You've been secretive about your finances. Time you shared your plans. My finances are my business. Not when they affect this family, Daniel interjects. We know about the house. My mother stops eating. Won't meet my eyes. What house? Don't play stupid. Riverside Drive, the one you've been sneaking around trying to buy. I was planning a surprise. For whom? For all of you, actually. I've been arranging to purchase it so you could live there. A place where we could finally be family. Silence. Daniel starts laughing. You hear that, Dad? He was going to buy us a house. It's what family does. Family. Daniel spits the word. You've always thought you were better than us. That's not true. Then why haven't you helped Daniel? My mother asks. He's struggled, and you've just watched. Daniel has had every opportunity. Opportunities aren't support, Daniel interrupts. You have money, resources, you've hoarded them. I don't want your charity. I want what's rightfully mine. And what is that? This house, the new property, everything Dad built. I'm the one who stayed close. I deserve it. My father nods. Daniel has a point. Because you pushed me away. Every achievement you dismissed. Every time I tried to connect, you chose him. Don't turn this around, my father snaps. Daniel stands abruptly. We've discussed this. This family doesn't need your pity. We need you to step aside. Step aside from what? From the house. From any claim to this family's future. We've all decided. You should leave and never come back. The words hit like a physical blow. I reach into my briefcase and pull out the envelope. Inside are the finalized documents for Riverside Drive. Deed, title, all signed. I'd completed the purchase 3 weeks ago. You want me gone? Yes, Daniel says firmly. I smile. Okay then. I guess you won't be needing this. I tear the envelope in half. Then again. Pieces flutter to the table. Daniel lunges forward, grabbing at the shredded paper. His face goes white as he pieces together fragments. Riverside Property Management. Harper, Finn, owner. No, you didn't. I closed 3 weeks ago. The house is mine, only mine. My mother gasps. My father's face turns purple. You conniving? I learned from the best. You wanted me gone? Consider it done. I walk toward the door, leaving the screaming behind. The drive back passes in a blur. My hands grip the wheel tight. At my apartment, I pour whiskey and sink into my chair. The city sprawls below, millions of lights. My phone buzzes. Again. Again. I ignore it. Instead, I open my laptop and pull up the folder I've been building. Every document, every recording, every piece of evidence since September. The recordings are damning. I'd returned after overhearing them and planted audio devices. Professional-grade equipment purchased with cash. What I captured was worse than imagined. Daniel and my father plotting to access my investment accounts. They'd obtained information about my portfolio. Their plan involved forging documents for power of attorney, citing fabricated mental health issues. He's always been unstable, Daniel's voice crackles. Remember that panic episode in college? Anxiety during finals once. Hardly grounds for incompetence. We'll need a doctor to sign off, my father had said. Already handled. I know someone. I have 17 hours of recordings, conversations about liquidating assets, taking control of accounts, speculation about getting me committed temporarily. They wanted everything. My phone rings. Daniel's name. I let it go to voicemail, then my father, then my mother, then Daniel again. I silence the phone. The second folder contains my counter plan. Riverside Drive wasn't just a house, it was leverage. My parents have been renting for 5 years after my father's poor investments, living beyond their means, maintaining appearances while hemorrhaging money. They needed that house. Now they have nothing. But I'm not done. I email my lawyer, Briar Reinell, brilliant, discreet, ruthless when necessary. The email outlines Phase 2, extensive, requiring precise timing. By midnight, 47 missed calls, 63 texts. I don't read any. Sleep doesn't come easily. I replay dinner over and over. Daniel's shock, my father's shattered composure, my mother's tears. No satisfaction yet, only cold determination. Morning arrives gray. I shower, dress, head to the office, despite it being the day after Christmas. Whitmore and Associates never truly closes. Sarah Lynn looks surprised. Finn? I didn't expect anyone. Catching up. I hand her a flash drive. Make copies. 2 sets, separate secure locations. She takes it without question. Briar Reinell arrives at 9 sharp. Small man, silver glasses, unshockable demeanor. You sounded urgent. I need to accelerate our timeline. I spend an hour bringing him current. Briar listens, expression neutral, fingers steepled. This will get ugly, he finally says. It already is. I'm making it official. Your family will fight back. Let them try. I have documentation of their fraud attempts. Briar pulls out his tablet. We'll need to move on several fronts. Restraining order citing attempted fraud. No authorities, I interrupt. He looks up sharply. Finn, what they attempted is a felony. I know, but I don't want them in prison. I want them humiliated and powerless. Briar removes his glasses, cleaning them slowly. That's potentially more cruel. Yes. And you're certain? I think about 30 years of being the wrong son. I'm certain. Briar nods. Then we proceed. I'll draft restraining orders and cease and desist letters. We'll alert your banks about potential fraud. Already done yesterday. Good. The property? I want to move in immediately. That's bold. That's the point. We hammer out details. Within 72 hours, my family will be served with legal notices. I spend the rest of the day working through client portfolios. Routine tasks help center me. At 6, I finally check my phone. Messages have slowed but haven't stopped. Daniel, call me now. Father, we need to talk like adults. Mother, please, Finn. There's been a misunderstanding. The entitlement is breathtaking. I delete every message. That evening, I drive to Riverside Drive. The house is magnificent in winter darkness. 3-story colonial wraparound porch, 2 acres. Previous owners moved out, leaving it empty. I walk through slowly, footsteps echoing on hardwood. This was supposed to be their sanctuary. Now it's my fortress. The master bedroom has a river view. I stand at the window imagining the life I'll build here. My phone buzzes. Another call from Daniel. This time, I answer. What do you want? You have to listen. Frantic. No, I don't. Finn, please. We can fix this. There's nothing to fix. You told me to leave and never come back. I'm honoring that. I didn't mean... Yes, you did. You've meant it for years. You just finally said it. Silence. Then, the house. You can't keep it. It's not fair. Fair? Let's discuss the forged power of attorney documents you were planning. His sharp intake of breath. That wasn't... Don't lie. I have recordings of everything. You, Dad, planning to have me declared incompetent. Did you think I wouldn't find out? You were spying? I was protecting myself. There's a difference. This isn't over. We'll get lawyers. You'll do nothing. Because if you try coming after me legally, those recordings become public. Then you'll explain to everyone why you conspired to commit fraud against your own brother. The threat lands. Daniel's breathing becomes ragged. You wouldn't. Test me. I end the call and turn off my phone. Tomorrow, legal papers will be served. My family will realize this isn't temporary. This is permanent, calculated, complete. I sleep in the empty house that night, wrapped in a sleeping bag on hardwood. Uncomfortable, but I don't care. For the first time in months, I sleep soundly. Morning arrives with frost on windows. I wake to sunlight through bare glass. Breyer calls at 8. Papers are being served this morning. Couriers heading to your parents' residence and your brother's apartment within the hour. Good. Prepare for retaliation. I'm counting on it. I spend the morning making calls. Furniture stores, contractors, utility companies. By noon, the house is scheduled for complete renovation. I spare no expense. Custom everything. This house will be a monument to what I've built without them. My mother calls at 1:15. Finn, voice trembling. Someone delivered papers, legal papers. What is this? A restraining order. You, Dad, and Daniel are prohibited from contacting me or attempting to access my finances. But why? The denial is impressive. You really want me to list it? We're your family. No, you were my family. Now you're just people I used to know. You can't mean... I have recordings, Mother. Hours of you, Dad, and Daniel plotting to steal everything. Don't pretend you're the victim. Silence stretches. Then quietly. He's your brother. He's a thief, and you enabled him. We just wanted what was best. You wanted what was easiest for you. I hang up. My hands are steady. Resolve absolute. By evening, all 3 have tried calling dozens of times. I've blocked their numbers, but they find ways, calling from other phones, having friends reach out, showing up at my office only to be turned away by security. Breyer sends updates. Your father tried hiring a lawyer. The attorney called me. I made it clear any legal action would result in criminal charges. He withdrew. And Daniel? Showed up at my office, made threats. Security removed him. Almost satisfying. Almost. Real satisfaction will come later. That night I meet private investigator Rachel Torres. Highly recommended. Background in corporate espionage. We meet at a discreet wine bar. I need everything on my brother's finances, I tell her after explaining. Rachel is sharp-eyed, 40s, silver streaks in dark hair. She listens carefully, asking pointed questions. You think he's hiding money? I think he's been skimming from our parents for years. I want proof. I slide a folder across. Everything I could legally obtain is here. The rest is up to you. Rachel flips through, expression growing interested. Your brother is either very stupid or very arrogant. Both. This shouldn't take long. Preliminary findings in a week. The following days blur. I move into Riverside Drive properly, overseeing contractors and designers transforming empty space into something extraordinary. Master Suite becomes modern luxury. Kitchen gleams with professional appliances. Study lined with custom bookcases. Every detail perfect. Every choice mine. Co-workers at Whitmore notice the change. I'm more focused, more ruthless in negotiations. Sarah mentions I seem different somehow. Just clearing things from my life, I tell her. Truth is, I've never felt more alive. Years of suppressed anger found productive outlet. I'm strategically dismantling everything my family held over me. Rachel calls on the 6th day. You need to see this in person. We meet at her office. Organized chaos, multiple monitors, file folders stacked precisely, whiteboards covered in notes. She pulls up a spreadsheet. Your brother has been embezzling from your parents for at least 3 years. Small amounts at first, increasing over time. Over $300,000 total. The numbers swim before my eyes. How is he spending it? Rachel clicks to another screen showing credit card statements. Gambling mostly. Online poker, sports betting. He's deep with bookies. Payments to offshore accounts suggest he's trying to stay ahead of debts. My father doesn't know? Your father's been signing documents without reading. Your brother has account access and has been moving money around, making it look like legitimate expenses. Worse than imagined. Daniel isn't just lazy and entitled. He's actively robbing our parents while they fund his addictions. Can you document this? Already done. Compiled everything into a comprehensive report. Bank records, loan documents, betting histories, all of it. She hands me a thick folder. Inside is evidence of Daniel's systematic theft, laid out in damning detail. There's something else. Your father's financial situation is worse than you realize. He's leveraged to the hilt. The house they're renting, 3 months behind on payments, creditors circling. He always acted like money wasn't an issue. Pride keeps people from admitting truth. Your father lost most of his retirement in bad investments 5 years ago. Been maintaining appearances since, hoping something would save him. The something being me. The house I was supposed to buy. The family wealth they assumed they could access. How bad? Without intervention, bankruptcy within 6 months. I absorb this slowly. Part of me, small, stubborn, remembering childhood, feels a flicker of concern. But it's overshadowed by memory of them plotting to steal from me, have me declared incompetent, take everything I'd worked for. They made their choices. Thank you, Rachel. Send your final invoice to my attorney. What are you going to do with this? I look at the folder, evidence of betrayal layered upon betrayal. I'm going to finish what they started. The house is finally complete. 3 weeks of intensive work transformed it into exactly what I envisioned. I stand in the living room, surrounded by furniture costing more than most people's cars, and feel absolutely nothing. That emptiness concerns me more than anger did. My phone rings. Marcus. We need to meet. Something's happened. His tone sends alarms ringing. Briar never sounds rattled. What is it? Not over the phone. My office, 1 hour. I arrive 45 minutes later. Briar sits behind his desk, looking graver than ever. Another man stands by the window, older, distinguished, expensive suit. Finn, this is Graham Whitmore. My boss, the senior partner, a man whose presence makes CEOs nervous. Mr. Whitmore. I extend my hand, mind racing. Sit down, Finn. I sit. Briar remains standing, arms crossed. I received a call this morning from Roger Harper, claims to be your father. My stomach drops. He made serious accusations about your mental state, claims you've been unstable, making erratic decisions, that the family is concerned. When legal action failed, they went after my career. That's a lie. I know it is. I've worked with you 6 years. I know your quality. But he was convincing, even had a supposed psychologist ready to speak about your history of instability. The Dr. Daniel mentioned. They'd actually followed through. What did you tell him? That if he ever contacts this firm again, we'll pursue legal action for harassment and defamation. Graham leans forward. But I need to know what's really going on. This firm's reputation is paramount. I look at Marcus, who gives a small nod. I tell Graham everything. The planning, the betrayal, the recordings, the fraud evidence. I leave nothing out. His expression shifts from concern to something harder. Do you have proof of these recordings? Yes. And the attempted fraud? Documented extensively. Graham is quiet. Then he stands and walks to the window, hands clasped behind his back. Your family is desperate. Desperate people are dangerous. They'll continue coming after your career, your reputation, anything they can use as leverage. I know. Then you need to end this. Decisively. That's the plan. I mean truly end it, Finn. Not this slow dismantling. You need to deliver a knockout strike that makes it impossible for them to retaliate. Breyer speaks up. What are you suggesting, Graham? I'm suggesting Finn stop playing defense and go full offense. You have evidence of fraud, embezzlement, attempted forgery. Use it, not as threat, but as action. I don't want them in prison, I say. Then don't press criminal charges, but make it public, controlled, strategic, but public. Destroy their ability to harm you by destroying their credibility. The idea is ruthless. Also brilliant. How? Graham smiles without pleasure. There's a charity gala next week, the one your parents attend every year. I remember. The winter benefit, where they maintain social standing, network with wealthy families, keep up appearances. That's perfect, Graham says. Public enough to make impact, controlled enough to manage fallout. What exactly are you proposing? A presentation, a speech. You expose everything in front of everyone they know. Their peers, their social circle, their business associates. You don't just win. You ensure they can never come after you again. It's cruel, devastating, exactly what they deserve. I'll need time to prepare. You have 6 days. Make them count. After Graham leaves, Breyer and I spend hours planning. Documentation, visual aids, testimonies. Everything must be airtight, indisputable. This will destroy them socially, Breyer warns. They tried to destroy me legally. I'm just returning the favor. Your mother too? I hesitate. My mother's role was more passive, enabling rather than actively plotting. But she made her choice. Everyone involved. Breyer nods. Then let's build the case. The next 6 days blur with preparation. I work with a presentation designer creating visual components. Clean, professional, devastating. Each slide represents another betrayal, another lie. Rachel provides additional documentation. Bank statements showing Daniel's theft. Loan documents with forged signatures. Records of offshore gambling accounts. Complete picture of systematic fraud. I practice the speech dozens of times. In front of Marcus, who offers feedback. In front of Sarah, who looks increasingly horrified. In front of my bathroom mirror at 3 a.m. when sleep won't come. The words must be perfect. Clinical. Emotional appeals won't work. I need cold, hard facts delivered without mercy. The gala day arrives. Being held at the Grandview Hotel, opulent venue with ballroom holding 500 people. The winter benefit raises money for children's hospitals. I arrive early, dressed in custom tuxedo. The event coordinator looks surprised when I request a 15-minute speaking slot. That's unusual. We typically don't have scheduled speakers beyond organizers. I'm prepared to make a significant donation in exchange. How significant? $50,000. Her eyes widen. I'll see what I can do. 20 minutes later, I'm scheduled to speak at 8:30, right after dinner and before the main fundraising auction. Guests begin arriving at 7. I watch from a balcony as they file in. Wealthy families in designer clothes, businessmen with wives, society matriarchs dripping diamonds. Somewhere in that crowd are my parents and Daniel. I spot them at 7:40. My father looks distinguished in tuxedo, my mother elegant in floor-length gown. Daniel wears expensive suit, probably purchased with stolen money. They work the room like professionals, shaking hands, laughing, maintaining the facade of Harper family success. They have no idea what's coming. Breyer appears beside me. You ready? No, but I'm doing it anyway. You can still back out. No, I can't. He squeezes my shoulder. Then let's end this. Dinner is served at 7:30. I don't eat, too nervous. Instead, I review notes one final time, ensuring every fact is memorized, every transition smooth. At 8:25, the event coordinator finds me backstage. You're on in 5 minutes, Mr. Harper. Harper. The name feels foreign now. Thank you. I stand in the wings, watching the main organizer finish remarks about the hospital's new pediatric wing. Audience applauds politely. Then she introduces me. We have a special guest this evening. Finn Harper, senior financial analyst at Whitmore & Associates, has made a generous donation to our cause and would like to say a few words. More polite applause. I walk onto stage and for one brief moment make eye contact with my father across the room. His expression shifts from confusion to alarm. He knows. I take the microphone. The ballroom goes quiet. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm here to talk about family, trust, and what happens when both are betrayed. The spotlight feels hot on my face. 500 pairs of eyes watch from darkness. I can feel my family's presence like physical weight. My father's rising panic, my mother's confusion, Daniel's dawning horror. My name is Finn Harper, I continue, voice steady despite adrenaline. Some of you know my family. My father, Roger Harper, has been a fixture in this community for decades. My mother, Isla, sits on several charity boards. My brother, Daniel, has always been praised for his charm. Polite nods from the audience. They think this will be heartwarming. Behind me, the screen illuminates with the first slide, a professional photo of the Harper family from 5 years ago. We're all smiling. What you don't know is what happens behind closed doors, what happens when a family decides that loyalty means less than money. The mood shifts. This isn't the speech they expected. 3 months ago, I overheard a conversation I wasn't meant to hear. My brother and my father were planning to forge documents declaring me mentally incompetent so they could seize control of my financial accounts. Gasps ripple through the audience. I click to the next slide, a transcript of that first recording, words highlighted in clinical white text against black background. I have 17 hours of recordings documenting their plans, conversations about forging power of attorney documents, discussions about hiring a corrupt medical professional to sign off on false diagnoses, detailed strategies for liquidating my assets. My father stands abruptly. This is slander. It's truth, Dad. Sit down. Security moves toward him. After visible struggle, he sits. My mother's hand is on his arm, face pale. But the conspiracy against me was just the beginning. When I investigated further, I discovered something worse. Next slide appears. Bank statements, numbers enlarged. Red circles highlight specific transactions. For the past 3 years, my brother has been systematically embezzling from our parents. $317,000 to be exact. Small transfers at first, then increasingly bold thefts. He used the money to fund a gambling addiction that has spiraled out of control. Daniel is on his feet now. You can't do this! I can. I am. I look directly at him. You wanted to destroy me. I'm simply showing everyone who you really are. Next series of slides detail everything. Offshore betting accounts, loans taken in my father's name without permission, credit card statements showing thousands spent on online poker sites. Comprehensive and damning. My father is 3 months behind on rent. He's facing bankruptcy. And through it all, my brother has been stealing from him while convincing him that I was the threat to the family's financial security. The audience is silent, transfixed by horror unfolding on stage. I recognize several people in front rows, business associates of my father's, members of his golf club, families they've known for years. Their expressions range from shock to disgust. But wait, there's more. My voice drips with bitter irony. When I discovered their plans, I took action to protect myself. I purchased a home I had been planning to buy for them, a property on Riverside Drive that would have housed the entire family. I secured it in my name only. Next slide shows the house in all its glory. Wraparound porch, pristine lawn, massive windows overlooking the river. My family's response was to show up at my workplace and try to convince my employer that I was mentally unstable. They attempted to sabotage my career. When that failed, they hired lawyers. When their lawyers withdrew after seeing the evidence, they came to this gala specifically to maintain appearances. I pause, letting it all sink in. They're here tonight, dressed in expensive clothes they can't afford, pretending to be upstanding members of this community while plotting how to steal from their own son and brother. My mother is crying now. My father's face has gone from red to ashen. Daniel looks like he wants to charge the stage but knows security will stop him. I'm showing you this not for sympathy, but for protection. My family has proven they'll stop at nothing to get what they want. They've tried legal manipulation, career sabotage, and fraud. I have no doubt they'll try again. So I'm making this public. I'm ensuring that everyone here knows exactly who they are and what they're capable of. Final slide appears. Copies of legal restraining orders, cease and desist letters, evidence reports filed with authorities. I've taken every legal precaution. They are prohibited from contacting me or attempting to access my finances. Any further attempts will result in criminal prosecution. I wanted you all to witness this because when they inevitably try to spin this story, to paint themselves as victims of an ungrateful son, you'll know the truth. I set the microphone on its stand with a soft thump that echoes through the silent ballroom. Thank you for your time. I hope the donations tonight help many children in need, children who deserve better than what some families provide. I walk off stage to absolute silence. No applause, no gasps, just stunned, complete silence. Backstage, Breyer is waiting with my coat. That was effective. We exit through a side door before anyone can stop us. As we reach the parking lot, I hear the eruption of voices from inside the ballroom. The silence has broken. Everyone is talking at once. My phone starts buzzing immediately. Unknown numbers, people I haven't spoken to in years, undoubtedly calling to get the story or distance themselves from my family. I turn the phone off. Where to? Breyer asks. Home. My home. The drive to Riverside Drive passes in a blur. Adrenaline is fading, leaving exhaustion and something that might be regret but feels more like relief. Breyer pulls up to the house. You know this isn't over. I know, but it's close. They'll retaliate somehow. People like that always do. Let them try. Any move they make will only bury them deeper. Breyer studies me. You've changed. Yes. Is it for the better? I consider the question. 3 months ago, I would have done anything to have my family's approval, to be seen and valued. Now I feel nothing when I think of them. No anger, no sadness, no longing. Just emptiness where family used to be. I don't know. Ask me in a year. Breyer nods and drives away. I enter my house, my sanctuary, my monument, my proof that I don't need them. But as I stand in the enormous living room, surrounded by expensive furniture and perfect design, the emptiness doesn't go away. I pour myself a drink and sit by the window, watching the river flow past in darkness. My reflection stares back, a stranger wearing my face, harder and colder than the person who planned to buy this house for family dinners and Christmas mornings. The phone, though turned off, seems to weigh heavy in my pocket. I know what's waiting when I turn it back on. Dozens of messages, maybe hundreds, some offering support, most seeking gossip. And somewhere, my family is dealing with the aftermath of their public humiliation. My father's reputation destroyed, my mother's social standing obliterated, Daniel's theft exposed to everyone. I tell myself I feel satisfaction, victory, justice served, but mostly, I just feel tired. The next morning brings unexpected consequences. My doorbell rings at 7. Through the security camera, I see a reporter with a camera crew. "Mr. Harper, can we get a comment on last night's allegations?" I don't answer. The doorbell rings again and again. By noon, 3 news vans are parked on the street. The story has leaked beyond the gala attendees. Social media is exploding with speculation and second-hand accounts. My phone, when I finally turn it on, has over 200 notifications. Most are from unknown numbers, but there are a few from people I know. Colleagues expressing concern, old friends asking if I'm okay, Sarah checking if I need anything, and one message from my mother. "Please, let me explain. It's not what you think. Call me." I delete it without responding. Breyer calls mid-afternoon. The story is everywhere. Local news picked it up. Some national outlets are sniffing around. "Great. Finn, this is serious. You need to be prepared." "For what? My family trying to sue me for defamation? Let them. Every word I said was true and documented." "I'm more worried about your safety." That stops me. "What?" "Your brother has a gambling problem, and desperate people with gambling debts do desperate things. You just cost him any chance of stealing more money. He won't do anything stupid." "You don't know that." Breyer is right. I don't. "I'll be careful, I promise. I'm hiring security for you. Don't argue. Consider it part of my fee." 2 hours later, a professional security firm installs a comprehensive system throughout my house. Cameras, motion sensors, reinforced locks. A former police officer named James will be monitoring everything. "Probably overkill," James says as he shows me how the system works. "But better safe than sorry." That night, I watch the local news. The story is the lead segment. A shocking accusation at last night's winter benefit gala has the city's social elite reeling. Finn Harper publicly accused his family of conspiracy, fraud, and embezzlement. They show blurry phone video someone took of my speech. Quality is poor, but my words are clear. The Harper family has not responded to requests for comment. We spoke with several attendees. An older woman in pearls appears on screen. It was absolutely shocking. You could hear a pin drop. "I've known Roger Harper for 20 years. If these allegations are true..." She trails off, shaking her head. The segment continues with speculation about legal ramifications and social fallout. They mention my restraining order and the evidence I claim to have. A legal expert weighs in. If Mr. Harper can prove his claims, and he suggests he has extensive documentation, then truth is an absolute defense against defamation. The Harper family would have no case. I turn off the TV. Outside, one news van remains, hoping for a statement. Breyer calls again at 10. 3 different law firms have reached out on behalf of your family. They want to negotiate. Negotiate what? A retraction, an apology, removal of the restraining orders in exchange for them dropping any potential legal action. Tell them no. Finn, tell them no, Marcus. They had every opportunity to be family. They chose greed instead. I'm done negotiating. Long pause. Then, understood, I'll deliver the message. That night, I lie awake staring at the ceiling. The house is silent except for the soft hum of the security system. I'm safe here, protected, victorious. So why do I feel so hollow? The media frenzy lasts 3 days before a bigger scandal pushes my story off front pages. A senator's affair, something salacious enough to make family drama seem tame. The news vans disappear. Phone calls slow to a trickle, but the damage to my family is permanent. Rachel calls with an update. Your father had to resign from the board at his club. Too much pressure from other members. Your mother withdrew from her charity committees. And your brother, his wife, filed for separation. Apparently, she didn't know about the gambling debts. Of course she didn't. Daniel is skilled at hiding his failures. Is he dangerous? Hard to say, but James is monitoring everything. If Daniel shows up anywhere near you, we'll know. Work becomes my refuge. I throw myself into client portfolios with renewed intensity. The Brennan merger closes successfully, earning the firm millions in fees. Graham Whitmore calls me into his office to personally congratulate me. Excellent work, Finn. Your focus through all this personal turmoil has been remarkable. Work is simpler than family. He laughs with understanding. Indeed it is. I wanted you to know that the partners have been discussing your future here. We're considering you for a promotion. The news should excite me. Partner track at Whitmore and Associates is what I've been working toward for years. Instead, I feel nothing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the consideration. You don't seem enthusiastic. I'm processing a lot right now. Graham nods. Take your time, but Finn, what you did took courage. Exposing corruption even in your own family shows character. That's the kind of integrity we value here. After he dismisses me, I sit in my office staring at the city below. Integrity, character, noble words for destroying the people who raised me. My phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. You destroyed us. Happy now? Daniel. He must have gotten a new phone. I should ignore it. Block the number. But something makes me respond. You destroyed yourselves. I just made it public. Reply comes immediately. Dad's broke. Mom's humiliated. I've lost everything. All because you couldn't take a joke. A joke. That's how he's framing attempted fraud and embezzlement. As a joke. Stealing $317,000 isn't a joke, Daniel. It's a felony. I was going to pay it back. With what money? Your gambling winnings. 3 dots appear, indicating he's typing. Then they disappear. Then appear again. Finally, I needed help. You could have helped me instead of destroying the family. The audacity is breathtaking. He stole from our parents, conspired to steal from me, and somehow I'm the villain for exposing him. You wanted me gone. Remember? You told me to leave and never come back. I'm just honoring that request. Go to hell, Finn. I block the number and return to work. But the conversation lingers in my mind. Daniel genuinely believes he's the victim. Years of enabling from our parents have convinced him that he's entitled to everything and responsible for nothing. That night, James calls from the security hub. Movement on the perimeter, south side, near the trees. I pull up the security feed on my phone. Sure enough, a figure moves through the shadows at the edge of my property. The infrared camera catches him clearly. Daniel. Should I call the police? James asks. Not yet. What's he doing? We watch as Daniel approaches the house, staying just outside the range of the motion sensor lights. He's watching. Waiting. Looking for what? After 10 minutes, he retreats back into the trees and disappears. I'm flagging this, James says. If he comes back, I'm calling the cops. That's stalking behavior. Agreed. I don't sleep that night. Every sound makes me alert, wondering if Daniel is trying to get inside. The security system is top-notch, but fear isn't rational. Morning brings another development. Breyer forwards me an email from a lawyer representing my parents. Our clients wish to resolve this matter quietly. They propose a meeting, mediated by counsel, to discuss a path forward that benefits everyone involved. Benefits everyone, I read aloud to Breyer on the phone. They mean benefits them. Probably. But we should hear what they have to say. You have all the power here. They have none. Going to the meeting costs you nothing. Except time and emotional energy. True. But it might give you closure. Closure. The word sits heavy. Can there be closure with people who plotted to destroy you? Fine. Set it up, but on my terms. My choice of location, my timeline. The meeting is scheduled for the following Thursday at Marcus's conference room. Neutral ground, professional setting, security nearby. Days leading up pass slowly. I prepare extensively, reviewing my evidence, rehearsing potential arguments. Breyer warns me repeatedly not to expect any genuine apology or accountability. They'll either try to guilt you or threaten you, possibly both. I'm ready. Thursday arrives cold and gray. I dress carefully in one of my best suits, armor for the battle ahead. Breyer meets me in the lobby of his building. Remember, stay calm. Don't let them provoke you. We have all the power here. I know. The conference room is on the top floor with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Breyer has arranged the seating strategically. Me and him on one side of the long table, 3 empty chairs on the other. We wait. At exactly 2 o'clock, they arrive. My father enters first, looking older than I remember. Gray hair has more white in it. Lines around his eyes are deeper. He's wearing his best suit, but it hangs looser on his frame. My mother follows, eyes red-rimmed like she hasn't slept. Her hands shake as she takes a seat. Daniel comes last, and the change in him is stark. He's lost weight. His skin has a grayish tone. His eyes dart around the room, never settling. Their lawyer is a woman in her 50s named Patricia Hendricks. She has the tired expression of someone who knows she's fighting a losing battle. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, Patricia begins. My clients want to... Let them speak for themselves, I interrupt. Patricia glances at my father, who clears his throat. Finn. His voice is hoarse. We've made mistakes. I wait. Say nothing. We didn't handle things properly. That's not an apology, Breyer says quietly. My father's jaw tightens. I'm trying to what? I lean forward. To manipulate me one more time? To guilt me into reversing everything? To make this right, my mother says, her voice breaking. Please, Finn. You're our son. I was your son. Then you decided Daniel deserved what I'd earned. You plotted to steal from me. You tried to have me declared incompetent. You attempted to ruin my career. I enumerate each betrayal on my fingers. At what point was I your son? We were scared, she whispers. Your father's investments had failed. We were losing everything. We didn't know what to do. So, you decided to take it from me. We thought... She stops, unable to finish. You thought I owed you, because you raised me, because we're family. I shake my head. Family doesn't conspire to destroy each other. Daniel speaks for the first time. I messed up. I know that. The gambling got out of control. I thought I could win it back. Time and my money. Yes, he says, looking down. I'm sorry. The apology hangs there, but it changes nothing. Sorry doesn't bring back the $317,000 you stole. It doesn't undo the forged documents or the conspiracy against me. What do you want from us? My father demands. We've lost everything. Our reputation, dignity. You've won, Finn. Is that what you wanted? I didn't want any of this, I reply coldly. I wanted a family. I wanted parents who valued me. But you couldn't give me that. So yes, I took everything else. So what now? Daniel asks. We beg? What will make you happy? I look at each of them. My father, rigid with pride even in defeat. My mother, broken by her choices. Daniel, desperate. Nothing will make me happy, I say. You can't give back the years I spent trying to earn your love. You can't undo the damage. But I want you to understand something. I stand, and Breyer rises with me. This meeting doesn't change anything. The restraining orders stay. The house is mine. Your financial mess is yours. I'm done being your solution. Finn, please. My mother reaches out. No. I step back. You made your choices. Live with them. Patricia tries once more. Mr. Harper, my clients are willing to sign any agreement. They need nothing from me. We're done here. I head for the door with Briar beside me. Behind me, I hear my mother's sobbing, my father's muttering, Daniel's silence. I don't look back. In the elevator, Briar asks, "How do you feel?" "Empty." "That's normal. You just severed ties with your family." "They weren't my family, just people who happened to raise me." The elevator reaches the ground floor. "Where to now?" Briar asks. "Home," I say, stepping out into the winter light. The city moves around me, people carrying their burdens, fighting their own battles. I've won. I've protected myself. They can never hurt me again. Yet, I feel nothing. "Home," I tell Marcus. I walk toward the exit, leaving behind the Harper family name. It means nothing now. Outside, the cold hits my face. I take a deep breath, feeling the air fill my lungs. The city stretches before me, full of possibility, everything I've built on my own. I've destroyed them. They'll never recover. I should feel triumphant. Instead, I feel nothing at all. I drive to the house on Riverside Drive. It's empty. Perfect. Mine. And as I drive through the streets, I realize I've won.